Friends, today I want to talk about a downfall that is painful to watch, that of Can Yaman. A few years ago, he was one of the most admired actors in Turkey and Europe. Handsome, disciplined, intelligent, a true example of hard work and success. His name was synonymous with triumph. But today, when we hear about him, we don't think of glory anymore, but of scandals, alcohol, and a chaotic lifestyle that is destroying his career. Can's real enemy was never the competition, but his own ego. Arrogance blinded him, narcissism pushed him away from true friends, and pride led him to ignore even his mother's advice. Instead of correcting his mistakes, he sought false applause and toxic company that dragged him down. And here comes the fatal trio, Roberto, Susanna, and Sarah. The first two led him to the latter, promising him true love. But that relationship was the breaking point. Sarah, with a lifestyle marked by excesses and scandals, destroyed in an instant the image Can had built over the years. He knew it. He wasn't naive, but he chose to close his eyes to live out his passions. Passions last for a moment, while reputation lasts forever. The result is devastating. Producers and brands have walked away. Fans, those who supported him for years, feel betrayed by his dismissive words. And without an audience, an actor is nothing. Today, Can is seen in bars, involved in fights, while his real supporters leave, tired of watching him destroy what he had built. The saddest part is that even his mother, his greatest support, can no longer make him react. Around him remain only people who enjoy his money and fleeting fame. But the day all of that ends, who will still be there for him? The story of Can Yaman is not just about an actor, it is a warning to anyone who thinks success is eternal. Hard work and talent took him to the top, but bad decisions, wrong friendships, and pride pushed him into the void. Can he rise again? Maybe, but he will have to start from scratch. And starting from scratch is always the hardest part. I remember when many thought her career would forever remain tied to Sanem from Erkenci Kush. They believed she would never surpass that romantic role that won over so many hearts. And yet, Demet broke the mold. She accepted different, more demanding, more dramatic roles. She wanted to prove she could be much more than a romantic comedy heroine. It was a brave and risky choice, one that today keeps her respected both inside and outside of Turkey. What I admire most about her is that she never lost her essence. She does not always seek to please everyone, but precisely there lies her strength. She decides what to show and what to keep private. In times when oversharing is mistaken for sincerity, Demet has chosen to protect her privacy and share only what she deems necessary. That control over her own life does not make her distant, but consistent and strong. It is inevitable to compare her with Can because their paths crossed at a crucial moment. Together, they were an explosive couple on screen, still remembered fondly by millions of fans. But while he seems to have lost part of his direction, she remained steady, handling criticism and praise with balance. This does not mean she never made mistakes, but she learned from them and managed to rise each time. Many commentators note how the press and digital media have tried to link her constantly to Can or to other men. And yet, Demet has made it clear that her worth does not depend on who she is with, but on what she can build for herself. This difference sets her apart from so many colleagues who survive only through gossip. Demet does not need that. She has already earned her place through talent and hard work. Personally, I feel Demet is increasingly admirable because despite external pressures, she keeps striving, choosing challenging projects, and seeking to evolve. She does not settle into repetitive formulas. She always wants to move forward. That hunger for growth is what keeps her career alive and sustains the trust of her audience. That is why, when she is constantly compared to Can, I think the real question is not who came out better after Erkenci Kush. The real difference is that she followed a path of clarity and authenticity, while he let himself be carried away by more confusing choices. Demet conveys strength even amid media noise. She represents that silent power that does not need to defend itself with words, because the coherence of her career is her strongest shield. In conclusion, Demet Özdemir is not just a talented actress. She's a woman who proves that integrity can be preserved even in chaos. Fans sense it, and that is why they protect and value her so much, because she has never betrayed them. On the contrary, she has shown strength when needed, vulnerability when necessary, and always dignity. To me, Demet embodies the right way to live fame, with discipline, with wisdom, and with her feet on the ground. And although her name will remain tied to Can Yaman'S in the memory of many, she already holds an independent place, earned through effort and authenticity that no one can ever take away from her.